under edge, so it's going to be a dot ball. Only 4 runs from that over. Good comeback from Khan. 30 bowled. It's 176 for 4.
माईको कपालमा कसको हुकुम चल्छ स्प्लिट एन्ड्सको जित या हेयर फलको फैसला हेयर प्रब्लम्स मतलब हेयर ड्यामेज डभको 1/4 मोइस्चराइजिङ मिल्क र केराटिन एक्टिभ्सले कपाललाई भित्रैदेखि रिपेयर गर्छ अब सुन्दर लहलहाउँदो कपाल जसमा चल्छ केवल तपाईको मर्जी डभ गुडविलमै छ विश्वास जनताको गुडविलमै हो साथी सफलताको गुडविल फाइनान्स financing for success since 1995.
Little drop of shoulders for them because of this partnership, and you can look at the dugout of Nepal team a bit relaxed now after that early wickets. Sandeep Lamchani is batted on, even Gulshan Jha. Where is Dipender Singh Airi?
He's just hanging out in the back. He's ready. He's always ready to go. We love Dipender Singh Airi, don't we? What a great cricketer he is, the three-dimensional man. Another sign that certainly Wasim not happy with where this game is headed in the last 20 or 30 minutes. Sadiq called upon for another spell, his third spell, this time from the pavilion end. And you sense that Wasim wants a wicket and he wants it very shortly.
Yes, that was nicely played by Arif Sheikh. Letting the ball come into him, played it very late with soft hands for a single. This is good batting by these two batsmen. Junaid Siddiq has been called for his another spell, the third spell of his innings. He's done a very good job. 6.1 overs, 32 for 2.
Prabin Rejmi is watching on from Northampton, the UK. Zangi, for you, Paresh, will the 1s and 2s work for Nepal or do they need boundaries?
Yeah, this situation, 1 and 2s, they are getting 5 or 6 runs per over easily without taking any risk. So boundaries are not, like I've been saying it, there's yet another boundary for Bhim Sarki, a much needed one in the condition, in the situation.
And the boundaries will come, that's the point we're making. If you frustrate the opposition, if you bat time on what's a brilliant batting wicket, he loves this part of the ground, doesn't he? And the deep third fielder doesn't know where to go, finer or wider. Vridia Aravind dives in vain. The emotions of today have taken their toll on everyone. You can almost feel a traumatised crowd. Their blood pressure's been raised one more time by the cardiac kids, as they're known. Nepal rings out the chant around the ground now. And Sadiq, to me, in this spell looks down on pace, looks a little stiff, a little ill at ease in his run-up.
Yes, he looks a bit stiff, a tall guy, a well-built guy. Junaid Siddiq has done wonders for his team in recent past. Has bowled pretty well today as well, taking those 2 early wickets. Nepal right on the chase, 181 for 4. Talking about these two batsmen, they have done a wonderful job in the centre, rotating the strike, hitting 4s.
Right on the money, good length that from Sadiq. Kamal Powdell asking, watching on Kantapur from Gaidakot, Nepal, wondering who is ahead on Duckworth Lewis Stern. I think Nepal are ahead of the par right now, but I don't think that's going to matter. No signs of rain, and hopefully we'll have more than enough light to play the last 90 minutes or so of this play. And certainly this has been an occasion that is fitting what's been an excellent league, and the match is fitting the occasion now too. Thuds into the pad, full, straight, gone! Sadiq, he roars with delight. The final delivery from his comeback over. He gets the breakthrough that Wasim wanted, and that changes the game again. Sharkey trapped LBW for 67.
Yes, that was very smart bowling by Siddiq. Stump to stump, bowling it. It looks very adjacent, but the height might be a factor, but not for the umpire, given out. Drinks has been called in the field.
That's the moment the finger goes up from Muasiri. He's gone for 67, and critical time to lose a wicket in the 31st over. Nepal 181 for 5. We'll take a 5-minute break here. Back with you with the final session in a few moments.
प्रस्तुत छ Bath Sense by Asian Paints. Cutting edge technology जसले दिन्छ perfect bathroom experience in every way. Bath Sense by Asian Paints, engineered to delight.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual-channel ABS.
You've reached your destination. Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual-channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Lifebuoy hand wash le marcha 99.9% bacteria ra viruses. Yesle virus sanga लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ. World's #1 selling germ protection soap brand.
Goodwill mai cha vishwas jantaको Goodwill mai ho sathi safaltako.
Goodwill Finance. Financing for success since 1995.
प्रस्तुत छ Bath Sense by Asian Paints. Cutting edge technology जसले दिन्छ perfect bathroom experience in every way. Bath Sense by Asian Paints, engineered to delight.
मेरो ग्लो हो मेरो पावर, यसैले म गर्छु मेरो ग्लो को पावर अप हरेक दिन नयाँ लक्स को साथ. ज्यास्मिन को सुगन्ध र बदाम को तेल युक्त चम्किलो त्वचाको लागि लक्स.
जहाँ सक्दछन् त्यही भरोसा भरोसा छ हाम्रो हुन्छन् अवश्य पुरा जीवनका अनेक उत्सवमा
छिटो भनेकै वर्ल्ड लिंक.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला. यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
अतिरिक्त नै छ, बैंकको धन सकिने छ.
केही फरक पर्दैन. मैले सिटिजन लाइफको क्रिटिकल केयर प्लस लिएको छु, जसले रोग लागेको थाहा हुने बित्तिकै 50 लाखसम्मको औषधि उपचार खर्च दिन्छ.
यो उपचार खर्च अब सिटिजन लाइफले गर्छ.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual-channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Good, but trapped in front by Junaid Siddiq. He's taken and 5 overs bowled by him. 31 runs given without taking a wicket. Kulsun Shah is the new man in at number 7. Still no sign of Divil Singh Airi.
Maybe that's just that want for the left-hand, right-hand combination as Sheikh gets in and out quickly, so should get back comfortably for the second. I wonder, did Arif Sheikh know that was the last ball before the second drinks break? Junaid Siddiq certainly did, because the roar that he let out indicates what a big moment in the game that was. Again, it's interesting, isn't it, to see Wasim really heavily favour his two most experienced bowlers. They're going to run out of overs. Sadiq's only got 3 left. Cam will only have 4 left after this one. He's usually utilised right at the death, and it means that Aryan Lakra, who's only bowled 4 overs, and Ayan Khan, their left arm spin, may need to bowl to Gulshan Jah, the left-hander, who really took them apart towards the death in the first clash between these two sides. Very different scenario. Nepal were batting first that day. They might think that's a good matchup, the left-handed Jah to those left-arm spinners when they do return.
Yes, that will be a good matchup. A left-arm orthodox bowling to a left-hander. It'll be relatively easy for the left-hand batter to dispatch the left-arm orthodox. In the meanwhile, Arif Sheikh playing very good. Even Bhim Sharkey played very well for his 67. Well-compiled runs for him. 128 more needed off 113 balls. Pretty doable.
Lovely stroke straight to the mid-on fielder. Great view this. I think it's a favourite of all the ones we've had from the handheld camera that's been roaming in and around the TU International Cricket Ground. The crowd hasn't diminished at all. If anything, it's got a bit healthier, a bit bigger. There's so many outside the ground, it's hard to explain. Thousands upon thousands. Huge police and armed police force presence, and an army presence too today. Our thanks to all of those men and all of the authorities and women who have helped make today such a safe success so far. And could it be a triumphant one? 128 more required from 113. Not an easy equation, particularly 5 down, and a man with none next to his name at the crease. Gulshan Jah, the youngster, faces up for the first time. Right on the money from Khan, probing away at the off stump.
Yeah, he's bowling well, apart from the runs that he've conceded in 5.4 overs. Nicely bowled into the left-hander. 184 for 5. Nepal still need 127 of 110 balls. 3 runs of this over so far.
Do get a sense that those final 6 overs of that first over, they could be the difference between these two sides. Jah drives nicely, won't get off the mark. Thought about taking on young Ayan Khan. Imagine those last 6 overs had gone for just 60 instead of 102. Then the total required would have been 270, and looking very achievable.
Yeah, it would have been a different story for Nepal, but as always, the depth overs, the depth bowling has been a problem for Nepal. It showed today as well. 100 and odd runs in 6 overs, the last 6 overs. Over 16 runs per over. That was magical by Asif Khan, who struck the ball all along the ground.
Really was. Probably the best knocker this entire league has come in the very final game as Gulshan Jah gets off the mark. Confident stroke. His batting has really come on leaps and bounds in the last 18 to 24 months as we get to the end of the 32nd over. Nepal 185 for 5.
मेरो ग्लो हो मेरो पावर यसैले म गर्छु मेरो ग्लो को पावर अप हरेक दिन नयाँ लक्स को साथ ज्यास्मिनको सुगन्ध र बदामको तेलयुक्त चम्किलो त्वचाको लागि लक्स
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको
Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
74 off 9. In and amongst that, remarkably, there was 18 overs of spin between Lalit Rajbanshi and Dipendra Singh Airi that went for just 46 runs. And Airi, for some reason, did towards the end of that first innings. Sadiq's going to continue. He's going to bowl his 8th. Bowled a good pace. Play. Carrying a little bit of a niggle. You can see him there. He's limping, isn't he? He's not in full flow at all. He's a class act, though. Junaid Sadiq, if you look at his impact across this series, take a look at his numbers, quite incredible. 43 wickets now. Economy rate under 5, always a good sign. Right up there amongst the best bowlers of ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2. Runs into the leg side. Should just be the single. Ja won't be able to take on the second. If we look at the leading wicket takers in this tournament, Paresh, it's been the same man at the top of the charts for over a year now, because Bilal Khan's Oman played their games early. He's got 76. Lamachani came up just 4 short of him. And then Sarav Netravalkar, Mark Watt of Scotland, and Ruben Trumpelman of Namibia. Karen KC, the only other to go past 50 wickets. 6 bowlers have got to that 50 wicket landmark, with Bernard Schultz just one behind. And then Junaid Sadiq in the top 10, also Zahor Khan in the top 10. So they're the 2 key bowlers for UAE, bowling in tandem and trying to apply pressure, trying to make that required run rate increase and maybe find a 6th wicket as well. Mix up. Direct hit might have been interesting, but Ja turns quickly enough.
Yes, Aryan Lakra doing a good job there at mid-on. Arif Sheikh playing well on 37. Gulshan Jah just new at the crease. The required rate over 7 now, 7.14.
Again, they want the single. Direct hit would have been gone. He gave up, didn't he, Gulshan Jah? And again, UAE's fielding has let them down.
Yes, if that was a direct hit, Gulshan Jah would have gone back to the pavilion. A good pickup and throw by Mustafa, but couldn't hit the stumps. Gulshan Jah had given away. He was not backing up, Gulshan Jah. It's not like when Bhimsarki was there. He used to back up very nicely. Good singles taken into the fielder's hands by these 2 batsmen, Bhimsarki and Arif Sheikh, but Gulshan Jah not that quick enough in between the stumps.
Alongside the 3 drops, there's now a missed run out as Ja works us down to 3rd man. Ja would have been run out on 2. Instead he survives.
4 runs off the over, so
15 or 20,000 in the ground. There's probably what, another 5, 8, 10,000 out there. It's impossible to judge. They're everywhere. They're in the trees. Must be the best part of 10,000 up there. Any vantage point will do. Just get your eyes on the action. Big swing and a miss. Junaid Sadiq thinks it's out. Don't think the keeper thought it was. When he gets a rollicking, a smile from Winner Sira. 33 bowled, 188 for 5.
Goodwill Finance, financing for success since 1995. तपाईको कपालमा कसको हुकुम चल्छ? स्प्लिट एन्ड्सको जेट या हेयर फलको फैसला? हेयर प्रब्लम्स मतलब हेयर ड्यामेज। डभको 1/4 मोइस्चराइजिङ मिल्क र केराटिन एक्टिभ्सले कपाललाई भित्रैदेखि रिपेयर गर्छ। अब सुन्दर लहलहाउँदो कपाल जसमा चल्छ केवल तपाईको मर्जी। डभ।
Like Avinash Bora, who's very good in death overs. And even talking about Karan Casey and Sompal Kami, they can do the job but they have to plan well. They have to execute the plan in certain condition, in situation.
There is still hope for Nepal. A long, long way to go, though. Khan's going to continue. And this tactic of bowling the two leading wicket takers that the UAE have in Cricket World Cup League 2 in tandem continues. What is Wasim trying to do? He's trying to get that required run rate as high as is physically possible and put pressure on the lower order.
I think Wasim is trying to do that and trying to get wickets as well. The required rate is 7.24 at the moment. I think he wants a double play here. Take wickets and get the required rate above.
But again, if Nepal can just bat for 5 more overs, we keep saying that. Even if it's only 5 and over, let's just imagine that situation for a moment. Get to the 38 over mark. Nicely worked into the leg side. They'll think of 2, but no is the call. Aravind quick to the ball. So that would get them in the hypothetical situation to 215 for 5 after 38. It would make it less than 100 off 12. Not going to be easy, but with 5 wickets in hand, achievable, particularly if Khan and Sadiq have got close to running out of overs at that point.
Yeah, there'll be only spinners, 3 spinners in UAE side, Ayan Khan, Aryan Lakra and Rohan Mustafa, the off spinner, the magician of UAE. He hasn't done any magic today, Rohan Mustafa. It's all the medium paces and the spinner. The young spinner, Ayan Khan, has done the magic for UAE.
Interest from Khan. Much, but definitely angling down the leg side. It was an afterthought, the appeal, really.
Yes. And it's the right thing by Arif Sheikh going to his younger partner to have a chat.
Pace, isn't he? And this angle from Zohar Khan's causing him problems around the wicket, and then maybe just shaping away, tailing away a touch. Buddy Pradhan is going to go down and have a look at the danger zone and ensure that Zohar Khan isn't creeping into that. Definitely getting darker, difficult to see the Chobar Hills across to our right. Are we in for a grandstand finish, Paresh?
Well, hope so. UAE right on. Break, the last ball before the drinks break. That is why UAE are right on top.
Looks for the block hole. Jack can only keep it out. This is a tense passage of play. You sense something's going to happen. Feel a wicket could be coming, or can Jack get a boundary away to just start to build his innings and build his confidence?
Yes, he looks a bit nervy there, Gulshan Shah. Sent in at number 7 ahead of Defender Singh ID.
The score for Nepal is 191 for 5.
जहाँ सपना छन् त्यही भरोसा भरोसा छ हाम्रो हुन्छन्
the back from Aryan Lakra. It's quite dark already, isn't it? 4:30. Not going to be easy for men coming new to the crease. Ja 4 off 11, Sheikh 39 off 50. Bilal has been expensive, but he had to hold 2 overs of Junaid Sadiq back. Big tall fast bowlers got 3 for 39, being the pick of the attack. They don't seem to want to bowl left arm spin in particular to Gulshan Ja.
Yes, this is an interesting passage of play. Bilal coming into the attack. Junaid Siddiq given a breather by captain Mohammad Wasim. Gulshan Ja on strike.
Good angle into the pads. That weak zone of any left-hander who finds it difficult there. Good news from South Africa coming in. The first ODI between the West Indies and South Africa delayed due to rain. That means everyone can just keep watching this game. The eyes of the cricketing world are here in Kathmandu. This beautiful country wedged in between India and China. A proud nation. The Prime Minister here at the game this morning, shaking hands with both teams. Not just the Prime Minister, but the Chairman of the Upper House, the Member Secretary of the National Sports Council, and also the Mayor of Bharatpur, all here as the honoured guests. That's how big an occasion this is for the country.
It's getting very dark and gloomy at the middle. Nicely bowled onto his thigh pad. Gulshan Ja had no clue about that ball. Very well bowled by Bilal. It's getting very dark in the centre here.
I can't remember an ODI in this entire series that has been shortened due to bad light, but just in case we get towards that situation, let's let you know where the DLS is at the end of this over, the end of the 35th. 5 wickets down. Nepal would need to be 214. They're not going to be there, so they're well behind. They need this game to go the distance, and the task is growing ever more difficult. It's 120 to win off 95, and Ja is unable to get anything going right now against the seamers. It really is dark. I'm not sure if the pictures are showing it back home where you're watching from. Attempted pull shot, no timing, another dot ball.
By Mohammad Wasim to bring in medium pacers, the fast bowlers, into the attack rather than bring around here, and a bit of hazy too.
This is where Nepal taking an awfully long time to bowl their overs, particularly the last 7 or 8 overs that took an eternity. Nepal usually so quick through their overs, and UAE too have been very slow, meaning that we're right on track for probably a 6 p.m. finish the way it's going. Just well past the scheduled time. Chance. Direct hit might have been interesting, but Sheikh was pretty quick. Rizwan has to wear it to save the possibility of an overthrow. Single for Ja does finally get down the non-striker's end.
Yeah, what the dot ball Ja played, he'll put pressure on Arif Sheikh. He hasn't got strike in a few time now. Look at Arif Sheikh's eyes. He looks very composed, calm, and very concentrated. He wants to finish this game for Nepal. He wants to finish it off in a good note, in a winning note. The required rate moving up 7.5, 7.58 to be exact.
Our graphics just lagging behind a touch. We'll try and get that worked upon. It's the 5th ball of the over. Sheikh gets a cut, but straight to the man. Backward point to dives to cut off the possibility of a second or a boundary. Just 2 singles from the over.
Yes, that was CP Rizwan, the former captain of UAE, who stopped that ball. It was a certain boundary for me. Nicely done, diving to his left. UAE has been good in the field. That means ground fielding, not top catching, dropped 3 catches. 2 by Ayan Khan and 1 by the keeper.
Sunset here in Kathmandu today, 6:13 p.m. I think we've got well over an hour's cricket left. It's 20-5. Last thing we want is this game being a bridge. Let's get it to its conclusion. Leg side wide will be given. I think he was targeting the leg stump as Ja goes across his stumps. I think the pressure just building on the young man.
Hand, whereas Gulshan Jha is a bit troubled there by Bilal. Again, inside.
Edge saves him. 4 singles, well, 3 in the wide from the over. 35 bowled, 195 for 5.
बोय ह्यान्ड वासले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
Pick any holiday destination and we'll have an exciting trip organized for you. Choose from a plethora of exotic destinations to fulfill your cravings for rejuvenation and exploration. Rupsey Holidays, crafting memorable vacations.
Cutting edge technology जसले दिन्छ perfect bathroom experience. Bath Sense by Asian Paints, engineered to delight.
And he will bowl because it's the left-hander at the crease. Gulshan Jha. Will Jha take him on?
He will definitely have to take him on because the difference between the run to get and the balls remaining are opening up, and we can see in the crowd.
Well, the torches are coming on in the crowd, and they know it's dark. Painting a beautiful scene. Maybe they're listening in on the Kantapur app. And they'll light this game up if they need to. Short in length, cutaway will just be a single. I think the umpires really be well served to hurry the players along now. Let's get through these overs. We don't want a situation where this is abridged. Gorgeous scene as the torches come out, as the smartphones are waved in Kathmandu. Just adding to the drama, adding to the beauty of the picture.
Yeah, they're using the cell phones as a floodlight here in the TU International Cricket Ground. You can see the whole grass bank. The spectators are using their cell phone as a floodlight. It's getting very dark here.
And the chance of Nepal ring out. Both sides need to get on with it. Nicely played by Sheikh. He hasn't really shown any aggressive intent, but he's just worked the ball around nicely. He's moved to 41 now. Boundaries need
to the gap. That's nicely played by Gulshan Jha. That's 200 up for Nepal. Beautifully done. Getting that gap to perfection, Gulshan Jha.
That's the roar they were waiting for. There hadn't been a boundary for what felt like an eternity, and it's Jha that will give him some confidence. Just pierces the gap, no risk in the shot. It's the first boundary since before the drinks break, and it brings the home crowd alive. They still believe the 200's up. 110 more needed. Nearly 15 overs to do it.
Yes, it's definitely doable, but will the light play a role? Inside edge onto short mid, no run.
With around 7.5 an over required, something like that, one big over can check that back in a big way. Can they get an over with 2, maybe 3 boundaries in it? Tries to repeat the dose. Has he got enough of this? Not quite. The man there, they'll take on the arm, they'll get back for 2. Good running.
Yes, this good running by Gulshan Jha and Arif Sheikh. Ayan Khan, the fielder there, the youngster, couldn't stop the 2.
Mustafa not happy. Look at him, he's still protesting with his fielder, saying that should have been a single. Better over, 8 from it. more like what they need. Both sides would be best served getting through the game now. Come on, let's play cricket, let's get this to the conclusion. Haven't waited 126 games to go off. Beats him outside the off stump. 8 runs it is from the 36th. 203 for 5.
Warm services to delight your senses. Taking hospitality to newer heights. Nepal Airlines.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
अल्टी रित्तिने छ, बैंकको धन सकिने छ।
ए बाबा, केही फरक पर्दैन। मैले सिटिजन लाइफको क्रिटिकल केयर प्लस लिएको छु, जसले रोग लागेको थाहा हुने बित्तिकै 50 लाख सम्मको औषधि उपचार खर्च दिन्छ।
यो उपचार खर्च अब सिटिजन लाइफले गर्छ।
Bilal is going to continue from the pavilion end. A touch expensive today. 5 overs bowled by him, 33 runs.
Already a bit sloppy, the occasion, the massive crowd, the atmosphere is just... Both sides haven't been quick through their overs. Quite a lot of wides as well, hasn't there? From both teams. In the first innings we saw lots of extras from Nepal. 13 wides already. It's 11 extras for the UAE. Got to keep taking this game deep, and that's what Arif Sheikh looks determined to do. Dipender Singh Airi must be chomping at the bit to get out there. Surely he's in next.
Yes, he should have come in place of
Could sense it was coming. Jazz gonna look for big strokes now. Knows his strike rate's behind where he wants it to be. Not that short, not enough bounce over the top of middle.
Yeah, that is what Gulzan Shah should do. He should attack the bowlers now. He should take chances. Whereas Arif Sheikh is playing that anchor innings, what Arvind did for UAE in the first innings. And Asif Khan smashed the bowlers all around the park. The associate members, and the 4th fastest ODI 100 for him.
Fastest ODI 100 by any associate. Down the leg side, that'll be a wide. That's not going to help the over rate. Getting lots of questions on social media about the DLS scenario, the Duckworth Lewis Stearns scenario. Don't think there's anything to worry about that yet. And also some questions, particularly from overseas, about rain. I don't think it's it's down still. Nepal would need to be 220, so they're probably going to be behind that, but it is getting closer, and it will continue to narrow that gap as long as Nepal stay 5 down. Duckworth Lewis Stearns is all about resources and those wickets that you keep in hand. Beats the outside edge, good angle from Bilal.
Good bowling by Bilal here, mixing the pace, mixing the length as well, and the line. That was a good angle away from the left-hander. I don't think it'll get any brighter. It will remain the same throughout the evening.
Well, I think merely our talk about the bad light is setting the fans around the world into panic. So I'm asking, has it just got brighter? Or is that the cameras doing their magic? It might have just got a little brighter. A bit of sun over behind, but the Kantapur team are finding a way to make you enjoy the action still. Jha works it away for a quick single! Another one. I think this was gone as well. It's a 5th opportunity, 3 drop catches, and now 2 missed runouts.
Yes, that was very, very close. That is what the dot ball will do to a batsman. Pressure building up. He's taken a run straight to the fielder's hand. Look at that, he was gone. It's again Ayan Khan. Dropped 2 catches earlier. Gave away 2 runs in the boundary. And now missed a run out.
5 lives. That is 5 lives. 1 for Kushal Bertel, 1 for Bim Sharkey, 1 for Arif Sheikh when he was on just 3. 2 run-out opportunities for Gulshan Jah. Can't say they haven't had their
way he's played here. 43 of 54, and Bhim Sharkey, he got out on the wrong time, at the wrong time. A ball before the drinks break.
Yeah, welcome up to the commentary box here. I've got Paresh Lahani with me still. We're so enjoying bringing you the coverage. It looks bright up here, but it's a little bit darker out on the field. Floods into the pad. Going to miss the off stump, angling across. Bilal thought he trapped his man. Probing over. 4 come off it. It's 8 and over required now to win as the score. 2:07 for 5.
ग्लो हो मेरो पावर यसैले म गर्छु मेरो ग्लोको पावर युक्त चम्किलो त्वचाको लागि लक्स
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Or where you're watching from around the world. Who are you cheering on, UAE or Nepal? Obviously, it's the Nepal fans messaging in their thousands coming in. But they've got it all to do. It's 8 and over required from here. And they've stayed in the game thanks to Arif Sheikh's innings. The problem's been Gulshan Jah, 13 off 25, or excuse me, 14 off 25. Mustafa to continue. The big question is, can Jah find a few boundaries?
Yeah, it's pretty hazy out there.
Yeah, I think it's getting darker to the Chobar Hills and also behind the pavilion, but then lighter over towards Lalitpur, the second area of the Twin Cities. So looking this way, it does look a bit hazy. Angling down, they're going to run a single. Direct hit, would have been gone, and Mustafa, he's dropped the ball. It's another run out chance. Chalk it up, chance number 6. Jah, he's got a third life.
Yes, definitely. Arif Sheikh called it immediately for a single. Gulshan Jah playing too many dot balls, and Rohan Mustafa dropping the ball. Yet another run out chance gone begging. Nice hit down the ground. Nicely fielded by Arvind, just for a single. That was a good effort by Vritti Arvind down in the boundary line at long on. Now Arif Sheikh slowly opening his arms.
Have to start to find the boundaries. 12 remain after this. Is this the boundary? The crowd say yes, it! And they're back dancing in the stands.
Yeah, Gulshan Jah deposited that into the crowd.
He doesn't look happy.
Yeah, this is good batting by Gulsanja. After playing so many dot balls, he hit a 6 and just guided that down to a short third for a single. Arif Sheikh running good between the wickets. Is this the momentum that Nepal needed?
Work down the ground. This has been a good over. Our graphics are just stalling on us again.
with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला. यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
Goodwill Finance, financing for success since 1995.
Here, we just provide the coverage, that's all we can do. 12 to go. It's less than single for Sheikh. He's been the anchor, he's been the rock. What about Dipender Singh Uri? What's he thinking right now? Is this stage set for him? Is he made up to be the hero?
Yes, he's moved to 46 of 57. Gulsanja just improving his strike rate, 21 of 28, and Sompal Kame is batted up. Dipender Singh Uri, we can see him behind the table.
He's the man. Get him in. The maestro, the magician, the three-dimensional cricketer. He'll relish this situation. He's living a charmed life out there.
Yes, it was definitely pitched outside leg stump. Good decision by the umpire. Good decision. The umpiring has been very good in this series. The final series of ICC Cricket World Cup League 2.
Spot on the money. It's been great to have the test umpires come in and bring along the associates. This is the Sri Lankan Umar Siri. He's got it spot on the money again. Bilal couldn't believe it, but it's the right decision. Proven right again. More questions about Duckworth Lewis. We'll get to those in a second. An icy steel glare from Sheikh the Elder.
Yes, he looks very determined. There in the middle. What a shot. Beautifully done. Square drive over the point fielder for a boundary. A much needed one for Nepal.
Fights them for Nepali cricket. You think back to gaining ODI status, you think back to Valentine's Day, Karen KC and Sandeep Lamachani, the heroes then, gaining ODI status in dramatic fashion, clinging on to it, retaining it with that amazing win, the one Rohit Powdell drove against Scotland. Who writes these scripts? Where is the game going? Bilal now limping, more drama.
Yes, whenever Nepal is playing, there is always drama involved with all the spectators around. I think they are just killing the time here. It's getting darker.
Well, let me give you the update, because at the end of the 39th over, if Nepal remain 5 wickets down, they would need to be 228 for par. They need to be 229 to be ahead. 5 runs off these 2 balls, and the umpires take them off. Nepal win on DLS. Look at the drama, more drama. I think it might be that nasty area in the inner groin. And the umpire rightly is coming over and saying, we don't have time for this. We don't have time barely to get the game in as it is. Hazrat Bilal's going to go off. For the first time today, boos ring around the TU International Cricket Ground and ring around it in a big way.
Yeah, they have been supporting good cricket throughout the day, but they are booing Bilal at the moment, who looks in a bit of pain there, but gets off after the umpire included.
I really don't know who writes these scripts. It's 1 minute to 5 p.m. local time.
The earliest stages, and then Bhim Sarki, who played a very good role in chasing now. Arif Sheikh doing a good job. Even Gulshan Shah is getting very close, improving his strike rate as well.
Yorker, well kept out by Jah. Nepal behind by 3 on Duckworth Lewis at the end of that over. 39 bowled, 225 for 5.
Cutting edge technology. Jasle dincha perfect bathroom experience in every way. Bath Sense by Asian Paints. Engineered to delight.
Litmus cable quality में number 1 होने को राज हो advanced German technology. Litmus cable quality में number 1.
The UAE, let's have a look at the bowling options that remain. As Pratish G wild card, he's going to go to himself. He doesn't want to bowl spin to either of these two, so he's going to bowl his right arm medium pace. What a move this is, Mohammad Wasim. Some captains under bowl themselves, some over. Which is he going to be? And just as we say that, no. To get across the drama. Every fan in the crowd now, they're standing, they're on their feet, they can't contain their nervousness. And I don't think I can either. I'm on my What drama. The ground staff who know the weather conditions are now at the covers. DLS is looking more and more likely to come into play. Look at them in the background there. Sheikh, he's gone for a well-made 52. But that wicket is going to hurt the Duckworth-Lewis Stearns situation. Because right now, Nepal are certainly behind. It's 225 for 6.
XH Simplified Technology.
Litmus cable quality में number 1 होने को राज हो advanced German technology. Litmus cable quality में number 1.
यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडि यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनुहोला। यति कार्पेट, कार्पेटको शहंशाह।
मेरो ग्लो हो मेरो पावर। यसैले म गर्छु मेरो ग्लोको पावर अप हरेक दिन नयाँ लक्सको साथ।
Yorker specialist in the death overs. He's doing it in the middle overs here. Still 84 required of 63 balls. If there's time to bowl the whole 60.
.84 to win off 63. Struck firmly. Well fielded at mid-off. Irie has looked full of intent since he's got to the crease. Only 2 balls he's faced.
He's a Yorker specialist in the death overs. He's doing it in the middle overs here.
3.
Still 84 required of 63 balls. If
left hand of the man who's usually
there's
got
time
the
to
gloves
bowl
on.
the whole 63 balls.
Puts that down. Nepal could have been ahead at the end of this over in DLS. Instead, they're well behind. Every over is taking 6-7 minutes at the moment. It's bordering on the ludicrous now, to be honest. Right into the block, brilliant bowling. The keeper spills it. He could have run away for 4. Going to be given as a bye. Not had the greatest day with the gloves, the youngster Ashwant Valthapa, including 1 drop.
Yeah, he was all over the place yesterday as well, Valthapa, but did a very good job yesterday. Today he hasn't been good. He's dropped a catch. He's given byes as well. And look at the UAE fielders, they're taking their time. And the spectators are not happy with it.
Well, I can understand their frustration, I have to say. Fielders walking between their positions. Yes, there's a left and right hander in. Batter's ready. Bowler should be bowling. Hit straight to the extra cover fielder. Tempted to into the block hole. Gets us to the end of the 40th and the end of the second power play. It's 2-2-9 for 6.
XH Simplifying Technology.
राष्ट्रको हरेक कुरामा हामीलाई पाउनुहुनेछ। जिम्मेवार बैंकको रूपमा एनएमबी बैंक, समृद्ध नेपालको लागि।
Wickets in hand, and Nepal, they are currently behind by 14 on Duckworth Lewis. Clubbed away into the offside, but there's a man at deep point. He's going to keep it to just a single, Aryan Lakra.
Yes, that was nicely played, but straight to the fielder at deep backward point. Good placement by Mohammad Hussein behind square. Look at the spectators.
Well, they're all booing and jeering because the UAE are taking an eternity to bowl every delivery. I think they probably know they're ahead on DLS, but who knows how this works. 4 good overs here from Irie and Jaff. They're still out there. They could then be behind on Duckworth Lewis UAE. It could count against them. 2 big old veteran fast bowlers taking a long time to bowl each over here. Where he guides that straight to the man. They're going to take him on. And such as his pace, he'll almost walk the single.
Yes, exactly, Lenny. Because Devendra Singh is so quick in between the wickets, he can just walk to the non-strikers. And now Gulshan Shah, he needs to get 1 or 2 lusty blows out of the ground to get closer, to get above in the DLS method. We are getting very cold breeze out here. That shows that moisture is in the air.
Good news though, the ground staff have put down the covers again, so none of them are now have them picked up. Big swing and a miss. Irie wants the single. He's ended up running the best part of one himself halfway down and back. Keeper Valthapa just about does enough.
Yes, it's all drama here at the centre. The crowd getting restless. The required rate itching towards 9 now, 8.42.
Let's just hope for one thing, is Ahmed Raza. We can see him in the background, the former captain. Almost feels like the de facto head coach. He's the assistant coach, shouting orders at his former teammates. Let's just hope this game goes the distance, whatever way it goes. Be used, but at least maybe 1 or 2 overs of the young left arm spinners will need to be turned to as well, you'd think.
Yes, the 2 left arm spinners will be definitely used if this game goes the distance.
Wide, well outside the off stump. Fans enjoy that. At the end of the 41st over, we'll try and keep you updated with DLS every over. Nepal would need to be 246 for 6 to be par, so they're currently 13 runs behind. If they keep those 4 wickets intact though, You don't have to do too much more. By the end of the 45th, they need to be 266. Mohammad Wasim is warming up. The crowd really getting into it. This is the Nepali wave, not the Mexican wave. But down the ground, man out there will just be a single.
Yes, that was attempted Yorker by Junaid Siddiq. Nicely bowled again.
Maybe just a sign things getting a little bit brighter over the last 5 or 10 minutes. That area over towards Lalitpur as we look out from the pavilion and the media centre. I have to say, I love this Nepali wave. It's completely different to the Mexican one. And this script for me, it's perfect for Dipendra Singh Airi. He's still there at the death. I think Nepal will win. Cutter, nicely played towards backward point. They're going to think about the second and they'll turn it down. So it's 6 runs from that over. 2-3-5 for 6.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Lifebuoy hand wash ले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडी यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह.
But with 102 runs coming off the final 6 overs, yes, you heard me right. It means that Nepal have to get well ahead or surge at the death. Now here is the wild card, the joker in the deck. The captain's going to bring himself in to bowl. Did bowl at the T20 World Cup, remember? Just bowls these right arm medium. Fielders running everywhere. Nepal, the chance. Pointing from the crowd, gestures. Is this the over they should go after?
Mohammad Wasim bringing himself in, heterodox Ayan Khan and Aryan Lakra, the two youngsters. The field.
5 fielders in the deep cover and long off on the offside, then long on. Ramper, the scoop is on, but that's not something that Jar really does. Pretty round arm slung in and thuds into the thigh pad. Dot ball.
And a deep square leg in the leg side. The boundary riders.
Just as we say, that long off now comes up. Rohan Mustafa has run 35-40 yards to tell his captain something. And I think umpire Buddy Pradhan is saying, let's get on with the game. Not sure what's going on here. And Mustafa, of course, has to be involved.
What a strike by Gulshan Shah here. Definitely he's going to target Wasim here. A good strike. There was a fielder there in the boundary line, deep mid-wicket. Goes over his head. Oh, that's a very good attempt by the fielder there.
Hit away. Where's this one gone? Back-to-back boundaries. 6-4. Listen to that noise. My, oh my, this gamble of Wasim. It's not paying off. And Nepal could sneak ahead of DLS now.
Yes, a good strike by Gulshan Jha. Moves to 37 of 40. Improving his strike rate. Look at this strike. Opens his left leg, the front leg, and hits it in the gap on the offside for a boundary. 6-4.
My, oh my. Who writes these scripts for Nepali cricket? The cardiac kids, they're at it again. And the crowd getting right on top of UAE. 64 more to win, 50 deliveries remain. If the game goes the distance, if at the end of this over they need to be 250, a boundary puts Nepal ahead on DLS from these two deliveries. That's why you're dicing with fire. If you time waste. It is going to be a boundary, surely. It's going to be 4 more. They're ahead on DLS. The 250 is up. It's all happening in Kathmandu. The roof about to come off the place.
Look at that chant. Look at the roar of the crowd. I cannot hear Lenny. I cannot hear myself here in the commentary box. What a strike by Gulshan Jha. 6-4.
I think even the riot police are dancing up there. What an occasion. They're ahead on Duckworth Lewis, 6 down by 1 if this is a dot ball at the end of the over. Keeps going. Gets it straight down to Mustafa. Oh! Look at the roar! The over's gone for 20. Nepal 255 for 6, and Mustafa has had a calamity at long off.
Yes, this is what the crowd pressured onto Mustafa earlier in the over. He saved 2 runs for his team. Now a misfield. Look at this. It went between his legs. It's all because of the pressure of the crowd.
Jha moves to 40.
बोय ह्यान्ड वासले मार्छ 99.9% ब्याक्टेरिया र भाइरसेस यसले भाइरससँग लड्छ र तपाईलाई सुरक्षा दिन्छ वर्ल्ड्स नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड यति कार्पेट किन्दा कार्पेटको पछाडी यतिको लोगो हेर्न नबिर्सिनु होला यति कार्पेटको शहंशाह
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual-channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Giving us everything we promised, everything we expected, everything that everyone deserves. It's the very best of the associate game. It's the very best of the sport that we love, Paresh.
Yes, exactly. 56 more needed of 48 deliveries. Mind you, Nepal are ahead in the DLS method if the rain comes into play or if it's a bad light. But definitely Nepal right on top because of the crowd, because of the spectators. They're backing their team as a 12th man. The required rate is down at 7. Look at the current rate, it's over 6.
That's the big over they needed. It gets them ahead of where they probably hope to be. And Kushal Malla asking Vinay Kumar Jha, are we ahead? Could we go off? Let's call it a day. Junaid Sadiq with the off-cutter. He wants 2. He's bumped in to the fielder. Given not out. A moment of real drama. And I'll tell you why. Sadiq is furious. And things checked him. Let's take a look at what's happened. He always wanted 2. Here's the incident. Oh, we're not going to see it on that angle. Just if we can go back to the down the wicket replay, the dive got him home, only just. Real drama, real controversy. Let's see if we have the replay from straight down the wicket, because there was a flashpoint. Here it is, just watch this. Oh, that camera's just veered off. I wonder if we have another angle of it. The two have cannoned into each other, and Irie needed to be at his fastest to just get home. The last thing we needed is more drama, Paresh.
Yes, defending ID is a live wire in the field. That is why he was able to take 2 runs. He was in.
Full toss helped for what should be just a single. Nairi and Sadiq, they come together again. Sadiq is saying, you've barged into me, and a pat on the back. All is well that ends well, luckily.
This is a good sportsman's spirit shown by the two players there, Sadiq and Defender Singh Aire. After all the incident that's happened, a big smile on both their faces. Pat on the back by Sadiq to Defender Singh Aire. It's good to see that even though it's very tense out there, smiles on the faces of the batsman and the bowler.
Well kept out by Ja. Rizwan CP tumbles to keep it to a single. Sadiq is not happy. He's been very, very animated.
Yes, that was an off-cutter ball, very well bowled by Sadiq. This is his last over, mind you. He's already taken 3 wickets. Good, important 3 wickets that he's taken. I think it will go the distance because it's not getting darker. It's the same. I think it's getting a little bit brighter.
Yeah, if anything, it's got brighter. And even though those ground staff are sitting over on the far side of the ground, they're sitting on top of the covers now. I think this game could go the distance, and great credit to the umpires for keeping them out there. It's nearly 5:30 local time. This game started at 9:38. Guided away behind square. Pressure on the man down there. He fields cleanly. Hazrat Bilal is back on the field. Maybe his overs will be used. Surely Mohammad Wasim is not going to bowl himself.
He has, and the crowd behind the players here, behind Nepal, doing the job of the 12th man. Gulshan Jha on 46, he's improved his strike rate over 100 now. Defender Singh Aire playing well, 8 of 8. The required rate is under 7 now.
Off cutter, nicely played. And even though Rizwan had been sent further behind square, can't cut off the single. Runs from every ball in this over. I know Irie has only made 8 or 9 runs. It's just the intent he brings, the running between the wickets, the energy to the crease. And he's been a big part of this partnership, despite Ja taking that 20 runs, plundering off the part-time seam of Mohammad Wasim.
Yeah, that was well fielded by CP Rizwan at backward point. Even though there was a third man fielder there, he dived to stop the 2 runs if it passed him. Defender Singh Aire on strike. 6 runs of 5 balls of this over. The last ball of Siddique's spell.
Off cutter beats Irie. Holds a hand up and says well bowled, and he's been the big threat today. He's going to finish with 3 for 51. The score now 261 for 6. There's his figures.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual
Number 1 selling Germ Protection Soap brand. Yeti carpet kinda carpet ko pachadi Yeti ko logo herna nabisinu hola. Yeti carpet ko shahansa.
Ever posted more than 300 in a one-day international before, or will it be Zohar Khan to bowl the 44th. Right into the block, well kept out by Gulshan Jah. Problem for Mohammad Wasim is who's going to bowl the remaining overs. Obviously Khan will bowl 44 and maybe 46. Who's going to bowl the other 5?
Well, it'll have to be the spinners. Probably Rohan Mustafa will bowl. Not the left arm spinners though, because Gulshan Jah is there. He's playing on 48 or 45.
What a game of cricket this has been. I wish Yopesh would stop showing us. I want to stand up. I can't get the nervous energy. I'm just too tense. I'm up and I'm down. It's been quite incredible. I think maybe the greatest ODI I've seen. Where is this game going? I just don't know. Let's just hope it's settled on the pitch and not by DLS. It looks like it will be. It's 7 overs, including this one remaining. It's 5:28 p.m. It's a 6:13 p.m. sunset. The final over could be bowled in the gloom, but the umpires are not going to take them off, surely. Movement in as Irie again. He's just so busy at the crease. Good single.
Yes, this is good bowling by Zohar Khan, not giving that room, bowling that Yorkers and back of the length as well, with some pace, darting into the right-hander. Good bowling by Zohar Khan. Talking about Gulshan Jah, he's improved his strike rate over 100 now. It was on 30s when he started his innings. What a change by him. That particular over of Mohammad Wasim, he hit 6, 4, 4 and 4. A courtesy of a misfield by Rohan Mustafa in the boundary line. It seems like Nepal is right on top now in the latter part of the innings. Still Zohar Khan taking his time to set his field.
Wasim screaming at all of his fielders repeatedly, just trying to get them exactly where he wants them. Khan, the death specialist. How has that not bowled him? How's it missed the leg stump? It looked for all money like the in-swinging Yorker had cleaned up Gulshan Jah. Instead it's 2 boys. Again the young keeper can't lay a glove on it. How is this missed?
That was perfect delivery. I think the ball did a little too much for Zohar Khan's liking. It was a perfect delivery, in-swinging Yorker to the left-hander. Very well bowled Zohar Khan. Very unlucky though, didn't hit the stumps, missed it by inches.
Thrice could he have been run out on the scores of 2, 13 and 14. Each of them he wasn't even in the picture with the direct hit. Add to that the 3 drop catches that UAE have put down. Nepal are living a blessed life in the gods here. Hit into the offside, should be at least a couple for the young man. Extraordinary from Gulshan Jah. We forget how young he is. It's his career best. What a time to make your first one-day international 50. The 17-year-old standing up to be counted.
Yes, extraordinary batting by Gulshan Jah. He started off very slow. His strike rate was 30 odd, but he's improved his strike rate, is over 100 now. 50 of 47 deliveries. Everything happening here.
I'm not sure how much more of this I can take, Paresh. I honestly don't know. The emotions here in the one of the all-time great games of cricket. Which way is it going to go?
Well, it looks like it's going Nepal's way at the moment, but if a wicket goes, then it'll move to UAE's way. Everything happening here. Look at Lenny. He's out of his breath.
They call them the cardiac kids for a reason. Where's the defibrillator? Where is it? it on standby. It's very muggy, very murky, sorry. Birds are flying around the ground. 6 overs remain after this one, a reminder. Ahead on DLS now, Nepal. Yorker attempted, driven, and a good tumbling stop from the skipper. He is determined to see Nepal come up short. 44 ball, 269 for 6.
गुडविलमै छ विश्वास जनताको गुडविल नै हो साथी सफलताको
Goodwill Finance, financing for success since 1995.
प्रस्तुत छ बाथ सेन्स by Asian Paints. Cutting edge technology जसले दिन्छ perfect bathroom experience in every way. Bath Sense by Asian Paints, engineered to delight.
Watch, he's saying you are behind your time. He's being asked. Oh, this is drama now. It's Hazrat Bilal he wants to bowl. Take the graphic down. Come back to this game here. He's being told he can't bowl Hazrat Bilal because he's been off for too long. You have to spend the same amount of time on the pitch that you did off the pitch if you were injured. And that's exactly what's happened. Wasim can't bowl him. And Wimar Al-Sira, I think he's merely implementing the laws of the game. And someone is going to have to bowl this over.
Yes, that is what the umpires are signaling to the captain, Mohammad Wasim. He has to spend as much as time in the pitch, that is spend the time off the pitch. That is well said by Lenny. Hazrat Bilal cannot bowl. Now who's going to bowl the over? I think it's going to be Aryan Lakra to bowl from the pavilion end, the 45th over of the innings. This is the right call by the umpires. The rule says you have to spend as much of time in the pitch, the time you've spent off the pitch.
This is like a novel, isn't it? Every chapter just gets ever more intriguing. Every turn of the book adds to the intrigue, to the drama. I think this could be a good thing for the UAE. I think they've underbowled both Lakra and particularly young Ayan Khan. 6 overs remain, 42 to win. I think for the UAE to win, they need to find a breakthrough in the 45th or the 46th over. So getting the spinner in might not be the worst thing. The problem will be for Aryan Lakra, the 21-year-old. He won't want to bowl to Gulshan Jah, who loves that slog sweep. And will get to hit with the spin. They're sprinting on. They know they're ahead on DLS. This is extraordinary. Mohammad Wasim is protesting. The crowd at the end of the 44th over. Listen carefully at home. With 6 wickets down at the end of 44, Nepal needed to be 260 for 6. 269 for 6. They are ahead by 9 runs. It feels to me as bright as it was 6, 7, 8 overs ago. There's always the chance that they might get back on. We have not confirmation this game is over yet. Such drama. UAE look beaten, they look bowed. And the fans, I have no idea how. 11 wins from 12 games, it looks like it's done. It looks to me like handshakes at dusk. And the umpires have taken the stumps out of the ground. And Nepal, they've done it. They have got there by 9 runs on the Duckworth-Lewis-Stern method. It's in great drama, but they have done enough. The umpires have said they've the UAE don't want to shake hands. There's slightly ugly scenes now as Junaid Sadiq is barking at the opposition. We will wait for official confirmation. It's not our call to make, but we believe that by 9 runs on
Yes, it is, and I think because of UAE took their time, they were killing time, and that has backfired. That is why the umpires had enough of that. That is why they're walking off, shaking hands with the Nepali players.
It is the umpires' prerogative to make the call, and the two of them came together. And UAE, I called this, Paresh. They have themselves to blame. They took an eternity to bowl their overs, and that has been what's ended up costing them. They were ahead of DLS, and the overs from numbers 39 to 44, it took the best part of 40 minutes. In fact, it took more than 40 minutes. 6 overs in 40 minutes. And the UAE, in my opinion, they only have themselves to blame. And I don't think they can believe it. Robin Singh is going to go over to the ICC match referee with his captain. He will protest, there is no doubt about it. But the implementation of the playing conditions seems to be as such. Surely we're not going to get back on at this stage. And they are asking long, heavy questions whilst Nepal are starting a lap of honour.
Yeah, it's getting worse. The conditions are getting worse. It's getting darker and darker by every minute. Look at the Nepali players. They are celebrating. And there's a protest by the head coach of UAE, Robin Singh. UAE dare to blame for themselves. They took a longer time to finish. There were only 44 overs bowled till now. It's already almost 5:45.
If we add up the cut-off times, this game started at 12:45, 30 minutes for the interval. The second innings should start at 1:15. It started more like 1:30. That is 4 hours and 10 minutes ago. And ultimately, I think UAE have themselves to blame. And I have to say, Nepal, they deserve this. They've somehow managed to do enough to drag themselves over the line. These two sides, they still haven't shaken hands, but the flags are flying high, and Nepal are saying they've done enough to get to Zimbabwe. We will wait for final and official confirmation. We should get it any moment. It's now 5:42 p.m. The sun is setting in less than 20 minutes. It may look bright on your TV screen, but as you'll see from the flashes, from the lights in the crowd, it's close to pitch black, and great drama in the gloom, the gathering gloom of Kathmandu. I knew we'd see a game that gave us everything. I'm not sure anyone could have predicted this finish.
Yes, what a dramatic end to the series and to the final game of the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup League 2. I think UAE, they killed time. They took plenty of time to change their bowling, to set their field. The blame, they have to get the blame to themselves. because of the late over-rate depth.
Oh, look at these beautiful scenes. They're not going to mind how they got there. This will be on the front page of the Kathmandu Post tomorrow, the Himalaya Times, name your paper. These men have somehow pulled off the improbable, the impossible, the unlikely, the ever unimaginable, the big dream of 11 from 12 to get to Zimbabwe. They've taken the third and final qualification spot. We're still searching for official confirmation. Yopesh Pradhan, our producer's out in the middle of it. Extraordinary scenes. Nobody could have scripted this ending.
Yes, Len, exactly. As the UAE players are still at the pitch talking to the match referee, the ICC match referee Manu Nair from India. They took a very long time to bowl 44 overs. They took almost 4.5 hours to do so. 6 overs yet still to bowl.
They've just got the official time. It's over 4 hours they have taken. And look at this. He doesn't want to be the centre of attention. He's a team man. 4 hours to bowl 44 overs. I have to say, the UAE only have themselves to blame. Not quick enough, tardy as anything. Kushal Malla doesn't know what to make of it all. He can't quite understand it. I don't think anyone can. We will wait for official confirmation. We believe it's a 9-run victory on the Duckworth-Lewis-Stern method. The 3 most beautiful words right now in the world for any Nepal supporter.
Yes, it is. And look at the players. They are thanking the spectators. They came out in numbers, in thousands, waiting to get in the ground. 4 o'clock in the morning, staying in the line. That is what Nepali team has produced. A victory here over UAE. We'll still have to wait for the official confirmation. What a dramatic end to this tri-series here in Nepal. And look at all the players there. Arif Sheikh still padded up. Look at Bhim Sarki. He played a vital innings today of 67. Steady. The ship after losing early 2 wickets. Kushal Vurtel played a very good knock of a half century as well. All the spectators are on their feet. Two maidens, 19 for 2 his figures. What a dramatic end to the ICC Cricket World Cup League 2. 216th game today. What a league in more than 4 years we had comes to an end with a dramatic finish here at the TU International Cricket Ground in Kathmandu. Even a single spectator has left the ground. They are in numbers outside the ground as well. What an end to a dramatic match.
Well, official confirmation. We've just spoken to the ICC